Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. XDefiant is about to have some amazing changes coming into the game through some much needed updates, making the gameplay better and smoother, and even giving us some more diversity in the game modes. Not only that, but the feedback we've been getting from the developers and their fast responses on our biggest complaints is amazing to see. This shows moving forward. Hopefully we can look to more of the same if other issues or much needed changes are needed in the future as well. But before we get into all the updates coming soon, make sure to like the video so I know you guys are enjoying the content, and subscribe to keep up to date with all major XDefiant news, major gaming news, and hilarious multiplayer sessions and playthroughs. Now getting into all the updates, these all come directly from the head honcho himself on Twitter, Mark Rubin, and of course, developer of XDefiant, Patrick Price, or Aches. Let's start off with the biggest one that's confirmed by Mark Rubin that I'm sure everyone will be happy to hear, which is the netcode and hit registration seems to be a top priority fix for the development team at the moment. I'm sure all of us have at least experienced this at least once, which is the server isn't synced up with everyone as it should be, and sometimes hits just don't register at all, even though they should, or maybe you turn the corner, but somehow someone chasing you somehow got you after you turned the corner, even though he has no line of sight on you on your screen, but the server determined on their screen that they did. These problems can be particularly frustrating since you could be doing everything perfectly on your side to outplay your opponent, but because of the netcode or because of the server desync, you end up going down when it's actually no fault of your own. Luckily, I haven't experienced this too much myself, nor did I get the matchmaking bug where you just couldn't find matches early on, but if you're constantly getting this, or even get it every once in a while, I can definitely see this hurting or even ruining your gameplay experience outright. So, for the good of the game and for everyone's future matches, I'm excited they're making this a priority and getting these fixes out to us sooner rather than later.
One question I have for you, Pat, like just kind of, I know there's obviously updates coming and now you guys have data, you're going to balance things out, and we talked about like sniper flinch and a bunch of other stuff. Can you, Pat, speak towards, like, I know there's been a lot of complaints about desync on servers, like maybe some tweaks forthcoming there to kind of improve that online experience?
I mean, it's by far our number one priority. It's been our number one priority for a long time, and it will continue to be our number one priority. It's one of those things that is a lot of work. It's very complicated. It takes time to get right, and yeah, I mean, our online engineering team is working nonstop to improve. So obviously some people are having issues, and we're aware of those, but we see it, and it's absolutely something that's still top of our list. So
Pat, you're good. Pat, you're fucking good.
Yeah, that's a real fucking corporate ass answer.
Nah, he's good, man. This guy's
that was corporate. I didn't think that was corporate at all. I just thought, I mean, that's not.
I think you're just well spoken.
It's pretty corporate.
I think you're just well spoken.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm a pro's pro, Tom. Always have been, but no, seriously.
Next on the update list is infinite jumping, bunny hopping, and snaking. From what I've seen personally, I haven't seen any snaking as of yet, but jumping I definitely have been. I've seen people jump non-stop to try and avoid headshots on them and try to mess up your aim. Jump shotting a corner is one thing, but jumping non-stop while you're in a gunfight is something completely different. Fortunately, XDefiant had a system and is fixing it up right now and launching it soon to counteract people who abuse these mechanics. They are adding a sort of heavy weapon sway system to these actions, so chronic bunny hoppers and snakers will have their weapons sway a lot more than normal, making the action a lot harder to make use of, and more than likely will make people not use these actions in return. We haven't seen how intense the sway will be or if there's a way around it as of yet, but hopefully it balances it out enough to where it stops people from trying these things altogether for fear of not being able to hit any shots. I think the bunny hop at the end of the slide for extra distance may be nerfed as well with the sway, but ultimately, we'll just have to see it for ourselves once it launches to know 100%. I personally would like a little bit of a movement skill gap to remain in the game, but ultimately that's for the developers to decide, and hopefully we can give feedback on it once it fully releases. Next on the update list is something I've personally been waiting for, which is the sniper nerf. Thank goodness this thing is coming sooner rather than later, because as of right now, there is almost zero outplay potential for playing anyone who's actually good on the sniper. As of right now, sniper rifles have no weapon flinch when aiming down sights, so if they're getting shot at or even close to going down, their shot is as steady as ever. Luckily with this nerf, they will get weapon flinch when being shot at, finally making it a lot harder to hit shots, so now they won't just be out dueling SMGs around corners. Where we are right now in terms of snipers is if you're going against a good one, there really is no outplay potential. And it's pretty much all dependent on if they miss their shot rather than you actually doing anything like getting the first shot off and in turn being able to throw off their aim. Next, per Mark Rubin, they will be adding a search and destroy game mode to XDefiant. There are a ton of people who pride themselves in being good at these type of one life game modes and prefer these to all the types of respawn modes and FPSs, so I'm glad they're adding something for those people. I personally like the mode, but never go out of my way to play just this mode, but it'll be good to spice up the ways that we can play XDefiant, which is always a good thing. Speaking of different game modes being added into XDefiant, apparently rumor on the street is they're going to be adding a capture the flag game mode, and not only that, it's gonna be implemented into their ranked game mode once ranked and capture the flag are fine-tuned for the mode in question. And finally, last but definitely not least, they are implementing a ping system and kill cams to XDefiant. I can't tell you how many times pinging to my teammates, or even when I'm playing with the batch during online matches, could have helped in all the games that I've played. Nobody really knows the map callouts and common flank positions too well as of yet, so being able to ping these places out will go a long way in helping everyone familiarize themselves with the positions of enemies. Not only that, but seeing which corner exactly someone was in before they ran away would help a ton too, and at least give you something to look at while you wait for a respawn. Apparently these features were supposed to launch with the game as well, just like the sway mechanic for jumping too much or snaking, but the team had to be moved to another dev team temporarily to help with a higher priority task before launch. Overall, I'm super happy with the updates they're rolling out as soon as possible, as they all affect how we experience the game and factors we can actually control during a match, while also giving us some new game modes to try out and have fun in. This is also just a really good sign. Having the developers listening to the most complained about problems, relaying that they're working on them as soon as they can, and working at them at the speed that they currently are all amazing signs for the future of XDefiant. We are about a week after release, and they are hard at work at updating this title and not just letting the game dwindle off its player base like Halo Infinite did. Not to mention, the roadmap that they have planned out alone will be adding some pretty cool content and gameplay, and cosmetic wise as well. The future for XDefiant is looking really bright, and I can't wait to see what Mark Rubin, Patrick Price, and the rest of the development team have in store for us moving forward, especially in terms of progression, because as of right now, we really only have challenges, weapon attachments, and basic camos to grind for. If you want to check out the full 1 year roadmap, or the future factions for those seasons during the 1 year that were leaked, make sure to check out these videos here, which are linked in the description below. Also, if you want to learn how to get free skins and X coins, the premium currency in XDefiant, and the fastest method to earn weapon XP, make sure to check out these videos, which will also be linked in the description down below as well. Again, if you guys enjoyed, make sure to like and subscribe to the channel so you can stay in the loop and view some enjoyable content. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to catch you guys next time. Peace!